And they have proven to be able to play a good overpass. Obviously, we know though that FURIA are pretty dangerous on overpass. So this has the makings of a great series, but it also has the makings of a series that could go flat. I think more likely for Heroic if they're not able to kind of find their form early.
Yeah, the Dust2 that FURIA played with 3D Max yesterday was awesome by both teams. It was better for 3D Max. I mean, but also not just because they won, but I think because they understand what is necessary. I mean, they're playing a great Dust2 of late, but also very necessarily to topple FURIA, you have to be really active. Like, you've got to be fully focused. Both teams charging through mid now. The CTs maybe looking to avenge the loss of 3D Max here versus Heroic, that the way they're approaching mid. But xFloud has a chance. He's found a 1 versus 2. With all those frags, still an opportunity. But as I say that, Yuri will finish off the job for FURIA.
One thing that's worth noting, because you mentioned that FURIA 3D Max Dust2 game yesterday, was that FURIA actually got it to overtime, even though they lost both pistols. So kind of just, I think, further reinforcing FURIA's resiliency on this map, as well as just overall strength. And so yeah, I think this could be the best map of the series. Even I think it's got the makings for that. Just seeing the form of these teams on this map in this tournament, but you never know when you get to the head-to-head how the styles will really interact. And so you know, well, I mean, so far the styles are interacting pretty aggressively. I love the mid push. Honestly, it's great.
Colliding. Yeah, I do think it is an asterisk for that game. That FURIA, that it went so far, considering that the opponent won both pistols. So again, I think this Dust2 should be full of promise. And the way things got started, that promise is being delivered upon already. Heroic, no bomb plants, will not be opting for the force buy. Molodoy, expecting this, is going to go USP only. Waiting for his AWP money to come through. Oh, okay, the MP9 will come out late. Nothing crazy going on. Not often you see... that used to be a more common thing where your AWPer would maybe buy a pistol or just go USP sometimes if they're expecting a lack of helmets on the opponents to keep all their money. But the MP9 is not a bad shout as well, because of course the strongest thing Heroic have is their numbers.
Yeah, no. It should be easy clean up here for you. Dice doing a good job for the most part. xFloud. Ooh, that's okay. It's looking a little bit dodgy right now. You don't want to be losing this much money on the CT side. And I mean, to be honest, with so much time left as well, this could very well be a converted round from Heroic. You'll see what they do with it. They're rotating all the way back to B, and it seems as though FURIA are respecting this possibility. Yuri's on the site, and you've got Caserata, who can respond from the mid doors fairly quickly as well. Oof, tense stuff here. FURIA trying to evade disaster.
They've got no Kevlar. And that's really going to be helpful for Yuri. Won't require much. Finish off the job there. I think it's a good thing to be aware of when you've got a Glock versus full armor, that sometimes you need 3 headshots to do the job. Thing to know that in advance, as we saw the third shot there at relatively close range. Anyway, enough about rounds like that. We've got Molodoy on the AWP immediately. But he'll have no Kevlar because he bought the MP9 last round. Not that as a criticism, of course it's not. Maybe on Dust2 that will be enough. Apparently in CT spawn.
How many VRS points do you think is a nice amount for a win?
1 million. I hope that's helpful.
Great. Well, if somehow Heroic can win this matchup, they'll get 37 VRS points. FURIA will lose 25. So there's a lot of VRS points in this matchup here to be won or lost. Ooh, that's a nice opening there.
Actually, I'll hold that thought on the 37. That's an important duel from Yukinda. the remainder of Heroic around mid and short. Smoked off for now. If you ask someone to pick a number between 1 and 50, it is very likely that they will pick 37 more often than other numbers. I learned that on the internet. Must be true. 40 seconds remain for Heroic, who need opportunity. Will not be given by Taser. Yuri's here looking for the transfer. Does he have help on the other side? The smoke will soon be gone. Can Sus make it to the bomb site? A 1 versus 2 and a bomb plant. Opportunity knocks for Heroic.
Bomb has been planted.
The clutch. Big box position for Susp. Molotov, HE, flashbang. Thrown out by Yekindar. Forcing Susp to move. So one more spot that's not necessarily needing to be cleared. Has to be everything this angle. Oh, Sus, he gets baited by the sound cue of the HE, and he's going to get no-scoped as well. Oh, but is there time for this one? It's close, but looks good. Diffuse comes in, and that HE, oh my god.
Cheeky smile from Fallen. So 3-0 start for FURIA. Bonk. Good range for a no scope of the AWP. More or less can't miss from there. Some utility, some pistols. The MAC-10 is very curious for Xfloud. There are only so many places where that can be useful. Dueling top mid is not one of them. Multi-flashes, but Fallen's able to find a transfer and pull out the AK to at least do damage to the third. Got a lot of info for his squad as well. This is a great output from FURIA.
I like this from Taser getting his way back out there, but he's going to get caught on the spray. Good boost, punish. Molodoy just a hair off on that shot. How many other shots is he going to get here? Suppressing fire, being laid down from long. Molodoy might get caught on the rotate back. Youngstar is looking for this one, but he's been entertained for too long. Yuri will take him down from the side. And now, Xcloud and Crizzen trying to find space onto the site, but the smoke, the HP, so many problems here for them. And it only continues. Another round for FURIA, 4-0. And I'll give you a number, James. I'll give you a couple numbers.
5.
The last time these 6-7. Last time these two teams played, it was 13-2 in favor of FURIA on Dust2. That was a month ago. Less than a month ago.
Not too far long ago. A good stabilization there for FURIA. It was a good start from Fallen with some really important frags. So close to a third, but he had info and damage on the third and the remainder of Heroic. But anyway, they will charge straight out into long again. Fallen falling back with Yekindar. So long is heavily compromised. Before we can talk about short, Taser standing top mid. Gonna make sure it's clear, I suppose. Checking for a lurker in the lower tunnel. If he doesn't see anything, wonder what Yuri will be willing to do. Smoke in the tunnel. Heroic will leave one person in position on long. They look to explore the rest of the map. Oops.
Oh, I like looking to go. I'll try to go out of mid here. Yekindar's trying to be scary. He's trying to make himself look big outside the double doors and inviting some clearance utility. We will get the CT smoke and smoke on cats in kind. As Fallen watches over the position. He is the sentinel of Catwalk right now. There's a flash. Or a smoke, sorry.
That's what he might avoid it for a second. Just a second. This is high risk for Fallen. The bomb swinging through. Again, he's got the info, and Taser is here to clean house. Crizzen left alone on long. A cold start to this game of Dust2 for Heroic. Crizin with a quick 2 though, but he's only got 9 seconds remaining. And FURIA are aware of that. Yakindar's going to be caught. And this has become way too expensive for the CTs. Just in no man's land. That smoke was not a brick wall. He got way too many frags there. Yes, they lose the round, but I mean, all those frags at the end, they do matter.
They're running at them like, I'll have you, mates. Just trying to just get everybody at the end. Unsuccessful, of course. But the fragging power is there. There's no question. But FURIA, they're playing a better tactical game right now. AWP is going to be deposited to Youngstar. And indeed, that damage, it will go a long way if they can just find that initial round sooner than later.
I really want to see what this CT money is like after they rebuy all their weapons. Like, are they now in a position where they're heading to eco if they lose a round? Look at the money. They just got wrecked.
Yeah, Crizen's given them a potential lifeline, but it's going to be hard to realize it because they themselves don't have very much. But here's the AWP looking for a pick. An opening will be so huge. Here is the HE and nobody there. Ooh. One opportunity gone for an opener. CT is looking to go walkabouts through B tunnels. molodoy is posted.
Oh. How about that for an awkward bounce? Oh, dear.
He walked in front of his crosshair. molodoy couldn't. That was the angle molodoy was holding, James. He walked in front of it.
You hate to see it. This is... I'm getting Perfect Storm vibes. They're all on shorts. Yakindar's alone. I mean, he can delay with the incendiary. We've got fallen towards top mid. It's simple guesswork to figure out where the T's can be. There's only 2 places, lower tunnel and short. He's got to deploy that incendiary. But in the meantime, they're wondering. They're wondering. There's only 3 left. I'm telling you, it's happening. It is happening. All those losses at the end of that last round, they might pay for. But the bomb has been lost on the other side of mid. There is a smoke for Crizin, but that would be an unfortunate way to use it.
They know. They've got the knowledge. molodoy surely gets another one here. Boom, there it is. Trade, though. xCloud in there in a perfect position. It's a 2 versus 2. 20 seconds. They've got to run. They've got to run. And Keserato knows. He just has to delay. He's got an incendiary still. He still has it. But he has to keep the gun out here. The spray is wild and successful. And my God, the opportunities in that round.
That was exciting. And I've got to say, you've got to give big props to Keserato there because, you know, the first guy is, again, the sacrificial lamb. He is just trying to pull that crosshair away as far as possible. But Keserato still managed to get the transfer afterwards. Look at that.
I got to say, that was one of my favorite moments that's happened so far because, like, just the timing of that, walking in front of molodoy. I don't have time to talk about it anymore. I feel robbed, but molodoy is getting active in the lower dark. We've got to respect it. And the enemies are respecting it as well, I'm sure. There is the utility coming through to force him back. And just showing that it's a possibility, James. Just striking fear into the hearts. It forces them to take it slower, to clear that position, even when he's not there in future rounds.
Still opportunity for Heroic to break that CT economy. Keeping those frags coming. Keserato's movement as well. After fragging that first player, strafing at the same time and spraying. Really understood the mission there. Doing his damnedest to avoid the trade frag that he knows is being attempted. Really matters. 30 seconds remain. Double smokes out through mid. Heavy util will keep 3 players on B for FURIA. The chain flashes, Fallen, eating all sorts, and they're ready for molodoy this time. They've got no smoke for the cross. They've got no smoke for the cross, unless they've thrown it already. Okay, they have. Everything's fine. Everyone calm down.
I'm very calm. Thank you very much. I guess it's safe. So finally they've managed to do it. Again, we have to go back to that prison round, and also the round where we had the big oopsie with Yuri walking in front of molodoy at the wrong time. It's all led to this. 5 players alive is kind of nice too. We'll have to see if they can manage to maintain this.
Terrorists win.
Such good timing on the chain flash. The frag onto molodoy. Mega important. Not an easy guy to put down. Plenty saved, though, by FURIA. They understand the opportunity and they look to deny. Different look maybe this time from Fallen. Swinging long with the 5-7. He's well equipped, though. Long door smoked early, and he's got one in the hole. molodoy on the M4 will offer support. Tries to make up for shortcomings. Queserato trying to show some shoulder pad. Beta reaction. There is that reaction. Seeds will look to disengage then, wondering if they're falling into a trap. Ooh. Great timing from Yakinda. molodoy's got no support flashes for him, but the smoke will do. And mid to late round, that's such a good thing to be aware of. The rotation from that long player, always looking for it. Execute into the B bomb site, but there are no bodies behind it.
And now the CTs are wondering, is it going to be a re-hit because there's a pause, or is it a rotate? They can't do anything but just chill and wait. And here it is, the play is revealed, the hand is revealed, and that is a big pick from molodoy. Yakinda also drops one, and molodoy can help out now. He's got some assist. Oh no, there's an HE onto Yakinda. Now it's just molodoy, who is the last man standing. And there might be a tricky situation for him. Oh my god, he's actually gone for the jump spray. And it works. The old Kukli moment.
Minus the vac.
Minus the vac.
Good work from molodoy to stay alive. That'll be a stressful one. I mean, you can see it's a stressful one. The CT utility more or less exhausted. No counter flashes, no nothing towards the end there. Just raw fragging. Molotov coming in clutch.
I don't know why that happened. Am I thinking about Molotovs? I don't know.
So FURIA have survived the crucial tests. They've been at the brink of breaking, but they have only spent.
All right then.
Youngster will hold the angle as the they're retracting. They're retracting as molodoy rounds the corner, and he'll catch one at the very least. Susp looking for a duel, but you don't want molodoy at the other end. Nobody does, apart from Youngster apparently. Oh, that's Queserato. My bad.
Getting messy out here. Molodoy. Great spot. Spots the skin. Spots the elbow. Sees the rotation. It's a tag on either end, so both AWPers low now. But this is good for FURIA. I mean, they have a good sense as to what's happening. The cat play, this could go, I mean, could backfire or could be brilliant. Oh, if they keep walking down there. No, okay, but the shot in between the two players, the classic move. And that's just this long play. And again, if you get some like Prison style headshots, maybe this is doable, but the smoke missing the cross, and there's not just one, but two AWPs posted on this, you're never getting across. Although, did I speak too soon? Nilo does find his way onto the site with a headshot, and he's going to at least secure the bomb plant money.
He's got to find a jewel. Taking the fight to them before they can set up too much. At least that's the intention. Creeping past the baskets, looks to his left, dropped from his right. Nilo did his best, but it wasn't to be. FURIA continue to dominate on Dust2. And with Overpass around the corner, it might be time to start worrying if you are not in the FURIA camp.
That is not normally. Yeah, it's definitely crazy because it feels like Heroic have been so close to maybe even being at an even game. You know, we had some of those rounds with, you know, lots. I mean, they've been doing a lot of economic damage, but they just can't quite convert the rounds to truly punish FURIA. And it is so frustrating when you're in that position where you just can't find that one round that would allow everything to be a little bit easier, and you can start taking more initiative on the map. You can start kind of controlling things more. But that's just the reality that they are in. Another chance at this one. Youngstar with the AWP. Molodoy still in mid. There's a quick rotation. Is he going to Cats or is he going to long? It will be Cats for Molodoy.
The one smoke in mid from the T side of Heroic. Keep an eye on that when it's FURIA's T side. See if it's one or two smokes. Waller's doing a pretty solid job in this long position, be it holding position, finding the right time to go for pushes. Yes, it might be found towards top mid, but he got there in the first place. That is a key frag as well. The 4v5 risks being taken by Heroic, but now the odds are crippling for them in this round. Two unanswered frags in favor of FURIA, looking for their 9th.
Ooh, this walkthrough timing is actually quite nice. Should find an isolated player on the B doors. Now there's a scoping. Good connection from Youngstar. It's got to do more though. He's alone. He is alone, and he's cut off from the bomb. Actually, no, the bomb's right next to him, but he's going to have to frag his way onto it, presumably, unless the CTs want to give this space, which they will now. They've got both sites. And Youngstar's looking to just perhaps save this up. Or does he think he has the bomb? I don't know. But either way, he's going to be looking to get a pick here onto the A site.
He must think he's got the bomb.
I thought he might, because why is he going to Cat otherwise? But
yeah, he's definitely going for a determined push.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Oh my word.
Does he survive?
Just about. Just about. Skin of his teeth.
Nah.
That was an unusual scenario.
That was very odd, yeah. It really was very surprising. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what to make.
I don't know if there was maybe like a grenade that made that noise that you've picked something up.
Oh,
I don't know. But he survived. That's the main thing. Someone survived one of these rounds for Heroic. Though score-wise, they are not surviving. They are drowning. Maybe with concrete boots on Dust2. Orp will definitely provide them with opportunity, however.
Molodoy, ready to go. Flashed off, isolates the fight though. Knows how to hold those angles correctly.
Yeah, it's just not enough,
And
is it?
yeah, it's not enough. They'll smoke it up, but FURIA are kind of just chilling right now. They're going to recommit to long because okay, is there like a long push, late long take? Nope. Quick flash, able to see. But Heroic do have a player that's holding for any pushes there. I believe it's Nilo. Now Levy moving back to a B hit. Youngstar is here, so if the CTs get too curious, he might be afforded a pick, but the flash instead.
20 seconds. CTs are very far away. The ones that are not on the bomb side. That's the bomb spotted though. Cesarato now needs to buy as much time as possible, but there's only 10 seconds for the bomb plant. And I think he will delay enough. Indeed he will. Youngstar's not going to make it there, so it's going to be another timeout win where he's holding on for dear life, but this time he won't. Where's your ult, bro? Such a struggle versus FURIA. And again, the game they lost against 3D Max, there was many an awesome round. Like it really is about how good 3D Max were, in my opinion, which is widely regarded as fact. Not just about FURIA taking the L, but again, they're a very tough team to beat on Dust2 right now, and this is showing you why. Not impossible, but you need to be completely screwed on at all times.
Yeah, Youngstar has so little money. He's just a nade man, no Kevlar even. He can't even afford the clothes. Yeah, it might just be a stylistic issue. You know, again, the last face-off between these two, it was a 13-3, I believe, in favor of FURIA. It's looking like we're headed for that once again.
I guess it was free.
Ending the pistol.
That's a meaty one.
It is very... It is succulent.
This is the dance at long doors. How long will the T wait there for? The grenades on B invite Fallen to push long doors. It looks like it will, and he will be caught off immediately. There might be a second round here for Heroic. They've got Yakindar on the A bomb sites, and there are 5 Ts coming his way. He's got a flash, and that's about it. Seems they might respect the smoke, or will they? They're lining up very nicely. Oh, I was worried for a moment. Only one dropped, though. Yuri and Cesarato have got much to do. I don't see any HEs in spawn for them. Smoke, at least. There are some, but not the high explosive.
Smoking's bad for your health, James. For you got asthma. It's a nice pick. It's shut down though, and at the end of the half, there is some glimmer of something, of hope perhaps. We'll see if they can change their fate, Heroic, in the second half.
base of the mountain, looking at the peak. There are clouds, there are eagles, some vultures maybe, and perhaps soon they'll be eating your carcass. That is the viewpoint for Heroic in this game of Dust 2. They have been on the receiving end of a beating from FURIA, and it might not be over as we move into the second half. FURIA in full control at present. First map of this series, loser goes home.
Yes. And you don't want to go out like this if you're Heroic, right? You don't want to go out with just not even almost making an appearance in terms of your performance. If you're going to go out, you want to feel like you at least played very well. Of course, there are a lot of VRS points on the line for Heroic. If they win this series, they would make, I think, 37 VRS points, which is pretty massive. And that would be a loss of 25 for FURIA. So FURIA have a lot of motivations to not allow this game to slip out of their hands, beyond even just being eliminated. So we're back into it. And again, the last time these guys faced, it was a 13-2 for FURIA, or 13-3, sorry, for FURIA on Dust 2. So a couple more rounds and Heroic can at least improve on that.
Smoke for the top of the door deployed. Who made that one? Very specific. FURIA charging up long. Molodoy, I think he got stuck on the wall there by accident. A free frag. 3 versus 4. Those flashes could be really important, but Yuri just can't quite connect as he wants to. Fallen trying to hide while he reloads, leaving Keserato in a 1 versus 4. Heroic storming to a victory. You can see the troops being rallied by the war cry.
There you go. That's what you need to have happen. No bomb down either. So, any kind of a force buy is going to be weakened for the T side of FURIA. So that's going to feel nice. I'm curious though, what does Heroic like to do? Or what would they like to do in this scenario? Some CT sides would actually get quite aggressive and maybe you push cat and just try to take fights early and get those opening kills, and it just shuts the round down completely. Also gives you fast rotation to B if it were a B rush. So being aggressive here around cat, I think I like a lot. And xCloud will do that, but he won't see very much.
He's ahead of the flash. Beautiful position. Oh, great support as well. Very well done. Simple stuff, done well. Leads to a prompt round for Heroic, and the team start to smile again. Momentum is finally felt in the series for Heroic. It has been relatively one-sided in that respect. Feels nice. Now, key in these rounds is to deny bomb plants for Heroic as they look to catch up. Will really weaken the round between the full buys and make life a lot easier for them on paper at the very least. On Papyrus.
Ooh. Papyrus. Okay. xCloud is going to be the player to receive the action there. Onto the A side, along with Youngstar. Looking to just deny this cat control, and that will make FURIA give it a pause. And pausing here for maybe another 10, 15 seconds or so is actually also good because it can suggest the rotation away. And again, they can still go and drop mid for a B split. So as the CTs, you always have to be wary of that. That's why FURIA pausing still.
Prison is still holding a smoke on long. Youngstar's got a flash by that car position. xCloud in CT spawn. Heroic will fall back towards long to play for the retake because it is very awkward to defend from those spots. Yukindar looking for that rotation in a classic position. How will they approach that short area then? Heroic. How many bodies will they throw? Oh, Yukindar gets deleted immediately by Saf. That's a huge win for the CT squad. They're in a 5-on-2 situation. FURIA can barely respond to these duels. Lightning quick again from Heroic, reminding themselves of how good they can be.
That's the start you need.
Bomb has been defused.
Okay, so we are starting to build something here, Heroic. They're laying the foundation for a CT side. Man, what a CT side it has to be too. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Beautiful.
Nice.
Prison's getting hype. He is getting hype. Okay. 5-10 here for Heroic. And we've got the Tech 9s, the Mac 10s. Or a Mac 10. These rounds can be dangerous too. And we might just see a B-pop from FURIA.
Yeah, they don't need to be correct too many times. That's the problem. Oh, darts are being thrown through the smoke by Heroic. And this could be another very profitable round for the CT side. Queserato barely breaking ground onto B. Deleted again. They're catching up quickly. Again, denying the bomb plant is fantastic for them. FURIA are having no mileage in these rounds. I think
now it's all about how they play.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, James. Yeah, now it's about how they play this this T round. I think the B pops. It's actually interesting, James, because we saw with the matchup that FURIA had on Dust2 against 3D Max, which was a great game. You should really check it out if you missed that one. We saw both teams trying B pops like that over and over again, and it works like 1 of 6 times if you combine all the times each team did it. So FURIA, you know, they got to throw the B pop in there, James.
Yeah. Both teams ran into brick walls on a number of occasions as far as the B bomb site was concerned. But yeah, I mean, the lead is being reduced too promptly. But now we've got the full buy for the most part, ignoring Yuri's 1 grenade. He may have dropped some on the floor earlier. They do that sometimes, FURIA. Have some nades in T-spawn. Someone to go back and collect, depending on their position. But anyway. I think we'll see FURIA try to set the pace in this round. Up on both sides. Ikinda having a look towards B.
That control has been secured by FURIA then. Around the 1 minute mark there, and we've got xCloud, who is likely to receive a smoke here in CT at some point. 3 smokes remaining for FURIA to work with. There it is. And we get a second one here. So is it a B split? We got a fake, basically. It's the Pinocchio. Heard about this in that interview. Ikinda making his way up to B. And still, though, Youngstar, cognizant of the walk-up cat, gets to peel away 1 player. But look at Queserato and Ikinda go. They're making openings here for FURIA. It's a 2v3, though, for them. So it is going to be rough, but it's a cat plant to work with.
Prison rotating over towards that short position. Molodoy is going to have some problems. T's need to find a frag quickly. There is molodoy. He is being looked for. Does he know where both of them are? Doesn't matter. CT side come in for another retake. They are quick, they are swift, they are decisive on these retakes on the CT side. Like, if you just tuned in, you would think maybe this was mostly a close game. But it's perhaps a tale of 2 CT sides here on Dust2. But again, it's been such a fast comeback for Heroic. They're not messing around with these retakes.
Yeah, and something that's also worth bearing in mind is that this is the first half where we've seen any action or life from Heroic at all. If you think about the first map, they got destroyed. And in the first half of this map, they got destroyed. So they're turning up now. We'll see if they can make the game theirs, turn it around into their favor. But Still a long way to go. And again, you know, Tech9's, the AK and Fallen, this is a dangerous round. xCloud might get caught there on the timing. He's going to get taken down by the Tech9. Young Star able to... Actually, it's not X-Star, it's his teammate who's able to take down a player there oncoming through mid, but it's the B split here that's causing chaos on the B bomb site. Nilo trying to hold it down, and it's going to be eventually a Furia-owned B site and round. And just like that, all the success, James, is going down the drain.
They made the B work on this occasion. They don't have to be right too many times, as we said before. And you can see the immediate cortisol levels going through the roof for Heroic. The stress is rising. Abusing the numbers. queserato managing to squeeze out that grenade and get the frag afterwards. Didn't look likely to me. 3 HP only. molodoy is all too good at that. They've got to deploy HEs at the very least if they want to make it over towards B. Especially when molodoy is on the server. Yekindar going for a big swing. Great pre-fire, but the CTs are long gone. So is their map control of long.
Still the aggression coming through from Heroic on the CT side, not deterred. That will award them an early pick in this game. And I mean, for Furia, it's a more straightforward round. They're just looking to scale from long here. I don't think we'll see anything else. Initial cross smoke. There is a world where they can rotate off this because currently what they've shown would certainly have Heroic thinking this is going to be a long scale. And then are they faking it? No.
So much time left. So many CTs focused on this A-bomb site. Susp getting into position. I think this one's slipping away from Furia. There are so many CTs here. 30 seconds may still feel like a long time. 3 might be enough for Furia to transfer coming from Yekindar. And they've made it a 2-on-2. 3 Furia players with space on the clock is dangerous, but there is a delay tactic on the bomb site. molodoy is just waiting. He's got nothing else to do but wait for a flanker in that scenario. Almost gifted the info by the incendiary. Well, the site's on fire. I guess I'll look at long. And now Nilo's alone versus Yuri and molodoy. He has repositioned, though. He also has a kit. Just needs to find the better side of the duel with Yuri. molodoy might be not far behind, but Yuri will finish off the job there. And that's game point for Furia.
What a round for molodoy and for Furia in general, but I gotta say, James, I'm curious what your thoughts are about this. So molodoy, he goes and grabs the bomb, and then he just holds for this push. He has the bomb. You think he's got like 13 seconds left. I would think that he is immediately just going to plant. But he has the presence of mind to go for that.
There's a molly on the side. He's got nothing else to do.
Yeah, there you go then.
That's all he's got. Yeah, that's all he's got to do. Just look at long. The site's on fire. I'll just look at long. No problem.
Well, I apologize.
Nothing else to be done.
Youngstar is...
Go on, Dan.
Yeah, Youngstar's opening this one up for the team.
This is all you, Dan!
Youngstar, internet casting. That delay sometimes. Ooh, Youngstar is going to be surviving this one, but they still have this 5v4 advantage. Heroic, they've got to be feeling the pressure right now. Again, this is elimination for Heroic. If they lose one round, they are gone. You know, James.
How far does xCloud go? Once this smoke is gone, Youngstar has the AWP. Oh, he's just got to go in. Relatively dry. Bomb spotted. Yuri's shadow will give them everything they need. But there's 45 seconds on the clock. queserato and Yekindar, they've got information with the utility as to where some of these CTs are. And with that, they're going to try and make it happen. Of course, Youngstar has got a very good angle. There is a flash for queserato. And the CTs are rotating in on this delay. Now there are 4. And there's only one Yakinda with 20 seconds and the bomb. Is this an AWP save? Maybe. There was one on short, which I don't think Fallen picked up, so it should be to his left here. Indeed it is. Smoke's still up. Needs to get away quickly, though. Ding dong from Susp, and that will be denied.
Heroic doing it. I love it. I love to see it. Youngstar with that opening pick. Here it is. Nice little micro flick there. And just keeping the aggression on top of FURIA prevents them from really getting into their round. And again, when your back is against a wall to elimination, not just losing a map or a series, but just being eliminated, obviously that's a really nice thing to be able to still be confident to do, to be aggressive on the CT side of Dust2. And 4 more rounds is what they have to go for now. And again, you know, we do tend to have a tradition of daily overtimes on the B stream, and we haven't had one yet. So just, you know, throwing that out there.
Will it be B to solve equation for FURIA? Eventually, I wonder. Small tech pause. For an issue to be resolved rather, before we resume. That's the way around. But I'm glad we're seeing a comeback mounted by Heroic. Again, it's necessary for the mental when you're looking at the series overall. 4 rounds, no errors. Big buy for both sides. That is a giant bottle. Is that a giant bottle or a very small man?
I think it's probably a big bottle. I think it's probably a big bottle. Maybe 1.5 liters at least, maybe. Yeah, it's to be honest, that's the move, I think. For me, it has to be a big bottle. Otherwise, I will just shrivel up and die. I just don't remember to keep refilling my water.
I've made a point of chugging water on these long days of commentating. But you can never, for me, you can never chug enough water. You will always need more than you chug. Anyway. I don't know how they escaped unscathed in that scenario, but more power to Heroic to continue their comeback. 10 still standing after long is taken by the whole FURIA squad. They have 1:30 though, so let's see what they choose to do. It seems that Serato will be the first to go exploring. He's got his compass out. Wanting to understand what the CTs might be up to.
Yeah, they've got all the info now. That's the thing though with this long position, is that even if the CTs know it's coming, you still are able to just slowly scale. There's definitely variance to it, but it still works as a legitimate round. All the way down to 30. And in mids, we've got Serato, who is the mid-like. Oh, okay, he's trying to make it look like a rotate out, and that they're going for cat control. And the one thing, though, is that the CTs have catwalk, so they know that nobody's going cat, most likely.
And Susper's gone very deep into B halls as well. Not really seen much, which is allowing Heroic to focus on this A bomb site. 30 seconds, and look at the util of the Heroic players. They can dump on this site if they want to. That's a great transfer from Chrism, though. Crippling FURIA in round 21. Heroic are closing the distance. The whole squad now. But look at the frags coming through from FURIA. How on earth? All of Heroic are here. And it's just down to Sus. How have they done this? I need a slow-mo of this entire round. I do not understand what just happened. They had all the info, all the rotation, all the CTs, and yet FURIA prevail. (10-13), 5-13 versus FaZe, and 7-13 versus Gamer Legion. All matches this year. Then plenty of lessons to learn from those ones. And let's see. I mean, they probably would have expected this going into today, and there's plenty of data from this week to absorb from FURIA on Overpass. So It's not like they're going in blind. Maybe they will be blind though as they start on the CT side. And FURIA have at least one flash on the T side. Keserato and Fallen, the grenade men for the squad. Molodoy, raid boss with the P250.
All right, FURIA. Moving through the playgrounds. And Overpass is kind of like their playgrounds, for the most part. 3D Max, the only team giving them trouble of the recent matches. And passive from the CTs. So it's really just going to be about when the spot comes through, Snilo, who is going to be trying to spot from the bank area. And has he spotted them just yet? No. No CTs are moving on the map just yet. Now they're going to start to move. Information has been relayed. And it's going to be tough here to hold the site. It's going to be a guaranteed plant.
Yeah, they're abandoning the site, and the Heroic, I did think it was interesting. They had no intention of heading towards CT or going through Connector to basically squeeze the site from both ends. Case Thrasher will be lurking on long, and maybe a flank will be on the way. But let's see what the CTs are able to do. 4 remain now as they look to close in on that bomb site. A one tap from Molodoy, confident with the P250 up close. Heroic going to their demise. Into the blender they go as all are standing for Heroic at the moment. Look at them charge Susk. He'll get one frag at the very least, but it's FURIA who are standing at the end of the pistol.
Side pistol. There we go. The old contact A-long. Now, Heroic, let's see if they'll do a force buy or a save. I feel like the saves are much rarer. We saw Astralis opting to do it quite a bit earlier. Yeah, we'll get the force buy instead from Heroic.
Youngstar's got 600 though. I do want to mention that because a scenario like this, you've got to have your AWP on the buy round, and he's keeping that money in the hole so he can afford it later on, and that's really key because not every team does that, and it just hurts when they don't. Yeah, urgency is high.
Hey, well, you know, Fallen's managed to help his team clear the connector position. Or water haven't been fully cleared. We actually heard him talking about that position, the water position and water control on that content piece just prior to this match starting. It's good to keep your eyes on these great content pieces between the matches.
Guess you might have to wait a little longer, Mr. Fallen. Although, I say that, Youngster's got a smoke as well. And there it goes. But it's closer to the smoke, so they can eat the flashes off that one. There are the chain flashes. More coming through as well. Want to rotate his position maybe, but hey, Heroic are able to hold on to that bomb site. Not forced to use their utility earlier, and this will likely be a very early round for them. Indeed, it will be. Not enough time to plant that bomb. 3 standing for FURIA at the end of the round. Just outfoxed by utility. He just had a feeling, Fallen. That was a cheeky one.
What's so interesting there, James, is that, like, you know, so the typical, you know, theory would suggest, you know, don't smoke off Monster here as a team because you want the teams to come into the site. But, you know, you can drop smokes in this game. So it allows this mind game where it's like maybe it's just one guy trying to make himself look like 5 guys with the smokes. And so, you know, they're trying to call what they think is a bluff by going through. But in fact, it was not a bluff, which is so kind of an awesome little mind game there on that one.
Closing the distance on the A-bomb sites. Queserato is moving up that long position. Prison from the back will kind of freeze Furia and make things very awkward for them. I like what I'm seeing from Heroic so far. Looking competitive very early. Again, Overpass, a scary prospect for them with how the first map went. But a promising start. 49 seconds, Queserato now in a 1 versus 2. He doesn't have Kevlar. So maybe he continues with the Deagle here because he can't really take a fight. He's just got to pop the head. That's the only opportunity he has here. 37 seconds. That's a lot of damage done.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not the bad. Ooh, full Glock save and a flashbang. Where are we going? Where are we going? Going towards A. I would imagine they would want to try to overwhelm the bathrooms. You can get those close range fights, potentially steal away a weapon. It can be a nice way to create some more opportunities. Getting closer to the bathrooms now. Bit of tic-tac-toe on the way. I think it's the spot. Can the T's close the distance? Furia trying to get close. They are being held at arm's length and punched in the face. Like, you'd be pretty good at that, James. Like holding people, you know, away from you with your long arms and hit them in the face.
I'm more of a strangler than a puncher.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I did jiu-jitsu back in the day. Bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Let's see how this round goes then. Furia will be well equipped in round 5. Prison, they are lining up nicely for him, but that trade will be good for Furia. Youngstar looking to equalize. And Furia, I don't think will make assumptions of whether a CT isn't there. Youngstar showing plenty of presence now. Won't be too concerned. Yuri can hold the angle as he boosts Yukindar to look into the B bomb site. Not seen just yet. Youngstar catches both of them. The start gets even better for Heroic. 2 versus 4 for Furia.
These guys have to get damaged. They need to keep that economy honest. It's starting to grow quite a lot. It's already very healthy. Couple kills. It's all in Queserato to do that. He's got 3 players on this site ready to attack. 8 health now. Getting whittled down piece by piece. And Nilo is the next man to find. Queserato sitting on the corner. He might get a look in on this, but no, the denial is through. Nilo's ready and waiting. And indeed, yeah, Heroic having a good start to their CT side here on Overpass. Molodoy looks tired. Thinking of better days.
Tired of losing rounds, tired of not having an AWP. Man, that's crazy. I thought the guy at the bottom would be looking at connector.
Where else can he look from there? That's like the only... right?
It looks like, I mean, he seemed to be looking towards shorts. I suppose in case of a push. Maybe he was holding down 2 jobs.
That's interesting because Youngstar had just HE'd and smoked connector too. So you know the CT presence is around there too, as well. So that's surprising. Well, we've got a bunch of Tech 9s. Throw them at the side and see what happens.
Will it be a quick one then? Fallen in position with the one flashbang, ready to send the team in. But the HEs keep on coming. It seems that the CTs are quite expectant here, and it just gets better. Heroic laughing with the current situation. 5-1 incoming. Everybody standing at the end of the round. Look at the money as well. 3 players above 10,000, basically above 11,000, excuse me. They have not had too many problems in their CT side of Overpass thus far. This is, I don't think many were expecting such a shit situation. Hey, maybe that guy on HLTV was right.
Maybe. I feel bad now because I've been bigging up FURIA on Overpass all the time.
Rightly so.
Molodoy with the AWP again, so we'll see if the fortune can change for FURIA now. Oh, that's a key duel to win by Crizzen. He will evacuate the connected position, but that's a very good pick to get. Fallen's alone in the connected position with a bomb. Oh, actually, no, he's got a teammate. Never mind. Door has been blown up. CT, they can just chill with the 5v4 now.
Nilo's 7 for 1 at the moment versus FURIA on Overpass.
Speaking of Nilo, he's going all the way. A long, he's going to walk around the back. Oh my god, this could be disastrous.
Does he hold here for a moment? Oh, he's just going to not show any respect whatsoever. They have to deal with him now. There are 40 seconds, and they're being pushed from both sides. That's crazy, but they've both been dropped. 3-on-3. It is still the CTs with the map control, though. X-Flat heading towards the A-bomb site. He's got plenty of util. No one's close enough to connect us to hear this rotation. Suspect a side of B. Playing near the tunnel. X-Flat able to rotate over and run distraction. Then there was one. Queserato deleted by Heroic as well. 2 standing at the end of that one. But again, they've got plenty of money and the rounds keep rolling in for Heroic.
The timeout coming through here for FURIA now. Ooh, that was almost a backfire there for Nilo on his team, because that situation, I think you're expected to get at least 2, because you can kind of set one up and then insta-flick to the next player with advantage. But it still worked out. And what's amazing about that push from Nilo as well is that FURIA were just still kind of beginning to execute the next stage of their default, going for bathrooms control after securing the connector control. So to catch them here before they've gotten to really execute their round, it prevents FURIA from doing the thing that we heard Fallen talking about, the content pieces that we've recognized that they do very well, which is controlling the information and seesawing the CTs, making it seem kind of impossible to know if it's A or B or not. And that's what FURIA were trying to set up, but they got caught before they could conclude their setup.
Pistols again. Aside from the pistol round, I'm not sure if we've seen a bomb plant from FURIA. No flashes left. Put a few smokes in the molly. Yeah, unusual circumstances for FURIA. You just wonder, how far can this go for Heroic? Really serving a taste of their own medicine to FURIA in this second map. But also, it's interesting for FURIA to be tested like this. See if they can keep level heads and claw back. Again, let's not forget, this is an elimination match. Both these teams are 0-2. The loser sent straight to the bin. 25 seconds. All of FURIA still standing, closing the distance, and they've still got smokes which may create some variance for Heroic.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit chaotic on the site. CT's holding, though. 3 very, very weakened players. Crizzen on the back. That's in a great position to lock it in. And locked it will be. Away from the T's, at least. Damn, Heroic are just... They're doing it back. They're doing it back to FURIA. Can FURIA look like they looked like on the previous map?
Yeah, this is great stuff. Everything being shut down. Access denied. This may slow the map control for FURIA in the upper area of Overpass. It's not much really going successfully for FURIA just yet. Nobody with many kills or anything. Round 9, 1 from 8. CT's looking to get cheeky. The monster tunnel. It's tough to re-pick that when there are 2 CTs standing there. A brazen play from Heroic.
Oof. FURIA just can't quite seem to get a clean opening. Youngstar might be a victim to be had, but instead he will victimize molodoy. They're just getting absolutely dismantled. They're all on their way to 16k. It's too much money. Pardon the corner.
This is a nothing half for FURIA so far. There's just not much to say. Like, there isn't... Again, they're not planting the bomb, which is an indicator as to how far they are getting. They are not planting, they're just losing by elimination. Round after round after round after round.
It's crazy, yeah, it really is. They just can't find any openings in any of these rounds. I mean, it's... And in some of the rounds where, you know, they're trying to play slower and maybe build into something, they'll get kind of just... Either they'll lose the duel or they'll get disrupted in another way. So, I guess it's only up from here, I suppose. It's 4 rounds that are possible for FURIA, if they can find any kind of success. Again, these sprays from around the boost position have been problematic. Youngstar, he's feeling ready to go. He's going to fall back to Dice to site. Give it a longer look in. Make sure they're not getting split on A just yet. But FURIA have their setup, James. They've got the water control. Got a player there for pivots. And now they've got front bath as well. So this is the point where FURIA can try to work the info game and try to create an opening.
Lots of util also. Heroic still keeping 3 towards B though. Fair amount of util on Heroic again. Not going to nervously dump it. Oh, spotted one. X-Floud. Oh, he turned away for the flash to come through, but Fallen is just sending it in there. He's such a useful tool for the squad. The risk taker to get the information, allow the rest of the team to clean up. And on this occasion, it has offered huge advantage. Finally, an opportunity for FURIA, a chance at a round, well, a round more or less.
Yeah, so well done. I mean, it's exactly what we were talking about. You know, they managed to get water control. They leave a player there. They go show themselves front bath, which creates urgency. You know, they force Youngstar back to bank, and then, you know, they throw the smokes away. So at that point, you really can't know if you're the CTs what's going on unless you take water control. And what happens? The PE CT players try to get the info on short B. and that leads to the first opening pick, a FURIA that Fallen then turns into a triple kill entry. So that's a classic FURIA round on Overpass.
Every round counts now for FURIA.
Now, I could see Heroic a world where they try to fight for connector control or water control more severely to kind of get into FURIA's face a bit more. To just prevent that scenario from that end state where FURIA can kind of just like force you to gamble on the site. Stack.
Common start on CT Overpass. Oh, he's seen so much Yuri, but they've all moved out of position. They know there's plenty there. Might not be a surprise. Oh, he's run straight into the biggest HE, Nilo. Either way, he's a goner. Utterly ruined by FURIA. That leaves Crizzen in a 1 versus 4. That looked chaotic and brutal. And there weren't many FURIA players on the bomb site, but still. Down to 16. Molodoy and Yuri unable to stop that last man. He's got the bomb now. 40 seconds. Can he find another 1v1? Needs to keep them isolated. Isolated they are, coming from either side. There's one more. The molly for Con. This is crazy. Surely his rotation is heard by Fallen. Oh, the bomb was in connector. He has just rotated to a much better position. 10 seconds to get that bomb planted. Can't believe he's won that. That's an utterly ridiculous round. And I think the comms will be quiet for FURIA. How do you... I don't even have any words for that. That's bananas.
That 1v4 clutch. That's crazy.
Yeah?
Oh my god. A 1v4. That's insane. Crizzen. This seems so guaranteed. I mean, the bomb was available the entire time, but they were waiting for the peaks. Oh my god. The 2 players dying water. That was everything. Now, oh my god. Panic sets in. 2 rounds for FURIA. Can they make it a 3rd one here as we close out this first half? What a half from Heroic as well.
It's when you thought they had CTE from that first game. They have come out of the corner swinging. All the haymakers landing in Overpass. 1 versus 4, unbelievable. How does that round get away from them? Oh, okay, so looking for the trigger discipline, but Crizzen's snap is oh so quick. And then there were 3. Kindar dropped. Running out of players to go and rotate that bomb. Leaves Yuri on an island. "40 seconds. Sus playing retake on the B bomb site. So they're essentially walking into the stack on A. Yuri being tagged. I think they might have heard it. Down he goes. Molodoy with Diorp. 1v4. Not enough seconds to really play out a clutch here. Oh my words. I mean...
Oh my god.
That
Shot in
tells
the
you
back of the
everything
head.
you need to know about that half for FURIA. That is utter dominance from Heroic. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Here's another hot one.
FURIA need to find their way back in this series. They got to get the map out. They got to find a cartographer. How can they navigate through this 10-2 deficit that Heroic have put against them on Overpass? This is an insane situation, but I mean, we got to wake up here on at EPL so that FURIA can find something, James.
Yeah, let's see if they've got anything to offer us on this particular Overpass, because that was... Anyway, well, no time to talk about it, because the Heroic are charging into the B bomb site. Now, can they abuse these numbers? Fallen running out of bullets. Case Rato, Molodoy will finish off the job. Rush B, they tried, and FURIA won. I don't know what more comment there is for that round. A quick one.
Guess that's one way to describe it.
Pretty simple.
Bish bash bosh. I like those. I like a fast, fun pistol round. And we're going to have another one because there's a lot of pistols in this round. Tech 9s. It looks like they're going to send it to the B side. They just want to crush FURIA with their ruthless aggression. And there you go. Entries had. This is a great Great take from Heroic.
He just said, do it again. Do it again! And the bomb site has been cleared. Bomb needs to be planted quickly. Smoke for the balcony. molodoy wondering where they are. Spotting the bomb carrier. Traded. Where is Yakinda? He's at range with an MP7. Nilo maybe walking into the mouth of the beast here. Yakinda in a hyper-defensive position. Minute on the clock. Nilo has time to clear some options. Should he choose to plant on his bomb site?
Honestly, James, if there were a world where Nilo would end up at A, that's like Yakinda with the most giga brain play of all time. Like he just has been holding here forever. Nilo's like, man, I've literally cleared 30% of the map around this site. Where is this guy?
Yeah, maybe some team comms there, because it looked like he was headed towards A for a moment, but perhaps he was just clearing part of the B bomb site. Again, good use of the time there. Making the unknown known. Disengaging from the bomb site entirely. Yakinda doesn't have a kit. He doesn't have any health. Does he have a chance of winning this round? If Nilo is not showing on the site, which he isn't, I mean, the only way he wins this is if there is a kit on the site. And Nilo, I don't know, act of God, his computer explodes or something. And Yakinda understands that as well. 11 for Heroic.
Terrorists win.
I think the play makes a lot of sense, you know, given the fact that, molodoy walked out and found the 2 players, ends up going down in the trade, and Yakinda doesn't have a kid, he doesn't have any health, he's got an MP7, like he's so low percentage for him to win a fight by retaking into B. So it makes a lot of sense what, his chosen actions there. But the shot on Oran, the B side, was just very successful from Heroic, and they keep a couple Mac 10s here, so Heroic can keep just running at positions, and it's going to make it very oppressive. We only have 3 helmets, so those Mac 10s will be particularly devastating against Acerato and Fallen, who are helmetless.
Utility will play a big part in this round for FURIA. They need to hold on to it for as long as they can, but there's so much util for Heroic. Again, FURIA can be pretty good with the chain flashes, but we saw that was true of Heroic as well. Yakinda, he's got to go down the stairs, surely. Can't take shortcuts here. It could spoil the whole party. They're closing in now, and again, that crucial util. Oh, the smoke has been missed. Is there a world where that smoke is deliberate, so they line up in Monster for Yakinda, but they actually checked for him. He's been spotted. Tough spot for the CTs now. Yakinda, hold on a second. Yakinda and molodoy are somehow doing this. Down to the 1v1. 27 seconds. Commits to the bomb plant on B. We didn't see what happened on the bomb site, but you have to wonder how it got so far. Yakinda through the monster tunnel, beyond the flames, to his demise.
And poor Yakinda not really getting good spots to work from in these clutches. And another one for Heroic. Looks like they're destined to force us to a 3rd map at this point. This in a lifeless game of Overpass from the FURIA side. Where's the energy? Where's the vitality?
The vitals are ringing alarm bells, or maybe even flatlining, really. Less of a bang and more of a whimper for FURIA on Overpass. I think many were expecting a smash. We kind of built it in such a fashion, but Heroic took offense took it personally. And so it begins.
A long way back. Kindar, ready? Oh, the great timing off the flash. Nice little pop flash. Kindar just keeps on jiggling. Ooh. Spread? No. Okay, so I'll take it. No. Are they spiritually out of this overpass here right now? Because Heroic are about to boot them out. Just molodoy left. And FURIA.
It's like the ghost of FURIA.
Yeah, it is.
Not even FURIA. It's just a ghost of FURIA. It's just an apparition, poltergeist, pushing over mugs and doing not much else in this game of Overpass.
Totally agree. It doesn't look like there's energy behind the plays, you know, or at least, yeah, just like not caring at this point almost. And there you go, a 13-3. They're going to have to care for the next map or they will be eliminated. Heroic on the way up.
Maybe FURIA were body snatched in that previous one. Certainly by Heroic. Let's see if they can fight back now. Again, like, Heroic got smashed on the first game, and then FURIA were missing in the second. Now, let's see if both teams can offer something in this deciding map of Inferno. xFloud is very alone. Nice bait, though. They've exhausted the utility. Have FURIA. Still with 2 flashes, 2 smokes. Just wanted to get this out of the way before they choose to make their play. Still have Yuri towards top mid, keeping the CTs honest. How far does Crizzen go, I wonder? Is the answer.
He's gone now. xFloud is being attacked. He's being attacked. Serato trades. Gets his team onto the site. What a guy. What a guy. And that's the bomb down now. He retake utility? Not really. It's got to be the USP headshots. That's what's got to do it here for the Heroic side. Yuri's going to be coming in from... Oh, hang on. The double pull setup. Still alive here. Serato is running distracting a little bit for Yuri. A hard kill to find at range, but Suspon, 8 HP, is going to get nailed to the wall. And that's a pretty clean B round from FURIA. Quite straightforward, I should say.
Yeah. Baited the util out. Once it was gone, in you go. Very simple. Close towards the end. Last CT didn't know which way to look. Took the wrong option. But if he got that frag, it may have been time. It would have been a close one. Not entirely sure, but there may have been time. Either way, that is in the past. We focus on the future. Full spy from the CT squad. Mostly a full spy. xFloud has left 400 in the bank. But there's a lot of junk that Heroic have to throw at FURIA. But the same could be also said for FURIA. And hey, let's not forget we have these recent changes to Inferno. The graveyard is now off limits. So perhaps we will see more late post-plant action on this map.
So banana presence has been felt. Heroic, though, not all too urgent, or feeling that it's too urgent of a feeling, though, and they will be floating xFloud back towards a top mid's being taken and no players left on banana by FURIA. So that would suggest we are going straight through Arch here. wrapping into the site. Ooh, that's a find, though, from xCloud. Before they can come in, that might actually deter FURIA from committing to this play onto A.
Prison's threw some junk from the CT spawn area. We had your Kindar wondering, but they are seeming to move into the stack, and the FURIA fans will be in tears once again, as after one round, bit of deja vu on the previous map. Some early struggles for FURIA.
I think FURIA are losing, James. I think they're getting eliminated.
Yeah, it feels like Heroic are firing on all cylinders in this matchup at the moment. And you question if there will be an answer for FURIA. 5-7's going crazy in that round.
Heroic seem to have more of a killer edge. More. They seem to be more energized. I think that's definitely helping them here. Incendiary is going to isolate this quad position. And now Sus into pit. He's got to deliver a pretty good recovery here for his team. Gets one. There's definitely more to be had, though. Still able to hold on to pit. That's actually a really big win. And Dibri is now taken back by xCloud. Although he's lost his teammate there on pit, so can't have to fear Graveyard anymore. Doesn't matter. FURIA, they win one right back, and maybe showing a bit more life here on Inferno early on as we go back and forth.
Yeah, frustration for all. Some important frags around the library position for the T side. By the time xCloud was able to trade it, he was the last man standing. It was always going to be difficult from that point, and indeed it was. Scrappy one then. Maybe the back and forth will continue. Wasn't so for the previous two maps, if you will. We find parity between these squads on this deciding map. I think the forces will continue until a consecutive round is won by one of these teams. Again, 0-2. It has been a horror story for both. You could argue that the horror continues for both with how the first two maps have gone. Both teams have suffered. Again, if you're joining us late, it hasn't been great. Getting wrecked on each other's pick. Now it's back to the wall. So the 5-7's out again, as well as some rifles for Heroic, offering some initial map control towards Banana.
Top mid take comes through here. molodoy looks pretty ready. That's Nilo in that position to spring after contact made by Youngstar. He's going to drop, though. Knows he's about to be isolated by the numbers. Nilo gets caught with some damage, and the push comes on through. A re-hit from the T side of FURIA. And they're able to take down Sus, but they don't have banana control, so Heroic are going to definitely feel like this is a committed play to A.
Oh, Youngstar could find some timing. Got stuck falling back, but all is well. Prison waiting over towards B. T's looking to wrap. On the smoke is gone. He has no idea. There's no one on long. I can see that there's not a consideration for him at the moment, and that may mark the end of this round. Remaining three surely want to save and have another go. Not much left to pursue in this particular one. So FURIA move to 3. But the next round will continue to be dangerous.
Yeah, it's very interesting they didn't they didn't sort of consider that possibility. But hey, I mean, FURIA did get into a really good position there, winning top mid. And as you said, there will be another go here for Heroic. Do you want to see Inferno continue in the map pool, James?
I mean, it partly depends on if there's something else on offer, and what that is. Again, we saw the comments from Art earlier, who said that he would like to see something new in the map pool, which is a good shout. We've seen new maps experimented with in casual modes, but then not make it to the actual map pool. And when I did try to have a conversation with the devs about that many moons ago, they were a little coy at their intentions with that map. Was it Canals or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Which just disappeared now. So I don't know if it was meant to be like what the plan was with that, but it is hard but not impossible to introduce a new map. You know, Overpass was a new map once upon a time. Start with almost a hero rifle for heroic. Prison running distraction, allowing a space for Xfloud to make them hurt a little more. Oh, the trigger discipline is so good from Yuri. He sees the USP, he's like, nah, I know what this is. That is so key. That's experience. That's a difference maker.
Yeah, no chance now, it feels like, for the remainder of Heroic walking on through, just getting toyed with. Getting all the bullets. Just needs one more bullet. There you go. Yeah, that was pretty crazy that you're not checking logs there. I get it though. Yeah, oftentimes, if the first person doesn't check, you kind of assume as the second player that everything's safe. But yeah, FURIA, you know, is in a position where they can kind of start to stabilize and continue this momentum because you know, they haven't built too much money just yet. And now the CTs might be in a little bit of trouble. And I've been enjoying the top mid takes from FURIA. That those have often also looks pretty good. Overpass is just not the map anymore as it once was for FURIA. I don't know.
Yuri 7-1 at the beginning of this game. Oh my word! Those are the first two frags for Prison, and they're utterly disgusting. What in the world? Those are all his. Like he came into this round with no frags, and he has just lit them up. How many did he even see?
Oh my god! I was just thinking, James. I literally was just thinking about that one before Kristen had on the first map. And because I was thinking, like, you know, this guy, they've got some really dangerous players. That's how they managed to spank FURIA so badly on Overpass. And oh my days, what do you say about that one?
What the hell, man?
What is that? Like, what do you do with that? GG go next, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there is money for FURIA, so they'll be happy about that, because like, what is going on? Where's the report button? Oh, you can hear like they're just desperately trying to run away, like, no, run away! Denied. It was mental.
Counter-terrorists win.
He saw one of the four people? One.
I didn't get it.
He's got good sound settings. See, you copy those sound settings. If you haven't solved your sound yet in CS2, copy his settings.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. Okay, well, I guess we just move on. Guess we all just move on from that. Like it's just, you know, like it's normal. On our exchange. Oh my god, that's karma, James. That's karma. That's what we call.
Fuck you, Kristen.
Yeah, but he has got 3 HP though. So this he can still do damage. He can still shoot through smokes, James.
Yeah, he can. Going to do an airstrike of his own. It's still early though. Minutes on the clock. Yuri keeping the CTs honest towards A, while FURIA get busy on banana.
I mean, typically at this timing, FURIA would have taken top mid, so I think the Heroic, you're really feeling the B play at this point. Although, we are going to get the fake. Showing presence, showing footsteps, and now we're going straight into the A side of the map. They're hoping that there's 2 players on the A site. I mean, that is exactly what they're looking at having to attack into. How good is the setup for this? They've got 1 player in the apartments. Absolute key player.
Sus staying alive as long as he can. There are too many positions for FURIA on this occasion. And yeah, there's nothing to pursue at this point. Graveyard or not, your odds are still really bad in this 3-on-4, 3 HP Crizzen. Just got to cut your losses. We're in for a long game of Inferno here.
And to be fair, you know, if we look at this round and we think about how FURIA managed to win it, it is reminiscent of what makes their T rounds good on Overpass as well. But it's just actually a little bit easier to, on Inferno, I think, set yourself up on the T side, because it's much harder for the CTs to fight you. They're going to only really fight you or the bulk of your default in banana or top mid. So if you have really good utility, for the most part, you should be able to force the CTs back. So it just feels like it should be a more consistent opener to play with information, which I think is that's one of the strengths, absolutely, of FURIA.
Timeout for Heroic as they discuss the way forward. You bear in mind how these that Crizzen round, 4K on banana. Again, that's an odd round, if you will. Outside of that, they have 1 round. So things aren't looking good on this CT side. If you look at replicable rounds, I don't think we've seen any in this half. They won round 2, and then they won that 4K on banana. So considering how many rounds are left, they need to find a way to do more. In that sense, it's kind of worse than it looks, unless they can change something before it's too late. So let's see if they're able to do that. How has he dodged all of that? Not easy to do. Well, Crizzen's looking for a transfer in the smoke once again, and they are going to aim their AKs in all directions and make sure he is absolutely gone. Xfloud not far behind, zipped up as well. Nilo quietly falling back. I'm not sure if help will get there in time if it is on the way. Sus trying to understand what is happening towards top mid. And they'll expect that FURIA will still have good control of the map elsewhere. They'll still have options open. Asking questions of the B bomb sites after those 2 frags. Youngstar holding util for his teammate, now moving into position in the smoke. Is he just going to go for a dry swing here? Grenades coming through. Nilo trying to look away from these flashes, but he can't escape your Kindar. And they are ready for that smoke push as well. Just no good options left on the B bomb site for Heroic at that point.
A nice round from FURIA. Ready to fight on banana, and you know, Heroic really wanted to put their commitment on that part of the map too. And you know, that's one way to try to disrupt the T side, is, you know, get a couple picks by just going super aggressive, get the deep banana smoke, you know, push it. It comes to this. I thought when Crizzen was in the smoke, James, it was all over for FURIA, to be honest. Put this guy in the smoke.
I could see it happening again as well. Why not at that point? But again, Heroic have won 2 rounds, neither of which offer confidence for future round wins. Which I think is maybe partly why that timeout's coming through. There are problems for them to solve as quickly as they can. So far, not so good. Yukinda's so ready for that. He's so ready. He was waiting for that play long before it happened. That's a scary prospect. If you understand that on the Heroic side, how do you get even to parity when you know they're one step ahead, let alone one step beyond FURIA? That seems to be a tall order right now, despite the successes from earlier on.
But now Banana controls free. It's a mix up from Heroic, going more passive. You can do retake setups like we're seeing kind of here, it's pretty early timing to kind of re-hit that position, but hey, they're going to get a pick from that because FURIA also moving quite slow at the start of this round. FURIA do not yet have top mid control.
Oops.
So Heroic they know what's going on at the moment. But Heroic actually preemptively pulling a player towards arch side because that did get smoked. Worried about maybe someone walking through the smoke. 50 seconds to go and FURIA still hanging out at Banana.
Krisen's the rotation man. Positionally. MP9, no support flashes for the B players. Going through the smoke in mid. Top mid to have, maybe you had to have a look at mid. He's going to risk it. 27 seconds. And the flank, it will be then. Youngster on the way as well. But again, the push is coming in all too soon. Nilo gets a very important trade. Repositions. 16 seconds to get that bomb planted. We'll see if he can offer anything. Yuri stopping Krisen on that flank. And there's no one else coming from that direction. 2-on-3 for FURIA as the remainder come from CT.
He's got a flash, but I don't think there's application for it here. Molodoy needs to hold on to this position. Backside, there's the first one. Knows the trade's coming, and Yuri holds it down as well. Brilliant stuff. 2 versus 3 for FURIA. And this T side is really looking so much better than Overpass. I still don't know what we saw in Overpass.
Agree. I'm trying to forget. But this is a really big clutch. Showing big strength now. Peeking into the CTs. As CS2 often demands. Not just holding your position. And it will be a struggle of around 4 Heroic. The 5-7s. Some smokes. An MP9. Sus with full util over towards A. With a pistol stack on B. Youngstar with just the 1 frag.
Damn, it's getting called out. Look at this creep. It's gone so far up arch side now. This is problematic. Hello. Goodbye. And that's a bomb site for free, pretty much. For FURIA, they've worked out. They've worked out what's going on. They've done the Sudoku, they've done the puzzles. They figured out where the empty bomb site was. Maybe they asked Claude.
What do you do in this scenario? For the CTs. It's so dire for them right now. Molodoy peeking Banana with the AWP. Showing a bit too much flesh there, Youngstar. But yeah, 8-2. FURIA enacting revenge for a dismal Overpass. And I can't see a way into even a mild recovery in this half for Heroic. You never know though. We've been surprised before in this series. But it just looks very difficult. It's kind of back to normal for FURIA, making life hellish for the opposition.
Yes, just kind of stuck on the CT side. It's definitely a map where, unlike Overpass, you don't really get much in the way of options on the CT aggression. It's also similar to Dust 2, I suppose, but maybe even more limiting in some ways than Dust 2. So it's hard to take the initiative when you're on the receiving end of news like this. Looking to receive some aggression or banana. There's fire absolutely everywhere. How about some more? FURIA once again. They're looking like they just want to scale over. What a shot there from molodoy over the top of the wall. And he's dropped himself Krisen. Problem no longer. And fallen with an entry. It's just going too well for FURIA.
Util usage is really, really solid for them. The timing of the flashes when they decide to peek, just so strong. And Fallen goes in as the expendable person, but clears the bomb sites. A great power to have. His roles are really exciting. And I think, you know, as the guy in the flashpoint, with his experience, it's so strong for his squad to have that split decision making with a guy as storied as Fallen, who often delivers. Man, molodoy's just turned God mode on for that peak.
Oh no. You are not holding onto that AWP, sir. It's unlikely at least. Oh, there we go. He will actually take down Kindar, but there's more players coming. They're coming for him. They got so much money. The hunt begins. Oh, it's a good flick attempt, but the AWP is gone. And with it, also, the chances dwindle for an extra round at the end of the first half here for Heroic.
It's like they're taking turns, map by map, to smash each other over the head with a hammer.
Taking turns to smash.
So yeah, we have two unlikely rounds for Heroic. And that's it.
Right.
Oof,
yeah, one of them was
FURIA
the prison round
was.
where he shoots 4 in the smoke.
Yeah.
It's like the chickens in the house.
If you ever go to Bermuda, in many areas, there's just chickens walking around doing whatever the hell they want. You go to Fiji, through villages, you'll see bulls walking around. But yeah, Bermuda, chickens. Little brown chickens.
Back to banana we go for some pressure. I think detail game's been great from FURIA. I mean, that's obviously to be expected. They are a world-class team. And I mean, that's very, very good from Heroic. Yeah, the reclear. It's going to tell them exactly what to do. Get their asses back over to A.
20 seconds. Jules being lost by FURIA. A desperate third round on the cards here for Heroic. As Keserato finds himself in a 1 versus 4. So there'll be something at the very end for Heroic, but it's less espresso, more depresso, ultimately, in most of that half.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League. And, well, this has been an interesting series. It's been just each side taking turns getting wrecked on their respective maps. But on the third map, it seems like it's FURIA that are the ones doing the wrecking. But we're about to move into the second half, and Heroic will see if they can save themselves, because this is it. This is the final map. If they lose this series, they are eliminated from the ESL Pro League. So they've got to make it count with a good pistol.
Fury having a sticky beak. Second mid. Good timing there on the peaks from Heroic. Looking to mount a comeback after a stifling half. Again, once that second half begins, it doesn't really matter the nature of the rounds you won in the first, as long as you won them and win them. They did. Just a few. Gives them a lifeline going into the second. But it looks terminal in the pistol with those frags from FURIA. Trying to make their way through CT spawn, but the CTs had all the angles.
Yeah, they definitely did. They got some nice headshots in that round, and there's no bomb down either for that T-side money. So that's going to feel uncomfortable. I mean, given how far behind they are, you almost want to force buy every single round to have a good chance at coming back in this one, especially to have something to show for yourself before the CT economy can get started. But yeah, without the bomb plant, maybe it's a hard call, and they decide to go for a full save. So just Glocks. molodoy, he's hungry. You don't have to do it, molodoy. You don't have to do it. Oh my god.
The Glock.
He just wanted it. He wanted the MP9 sprayed out.
Okay, Sarato's in trouble. Okay, bait and switch might work out. Yuri repositioning. Help is on the way. Press the emergency button. The ambulance came and ran over Heroic. I do enjoy Fallen's role. The freedom he has to play this role on the squad is really fun to watch. Just all the things, again, he just gets to like use the big brain plays, but it's lots of tiny things he's doing. It's quite unique. I'm quite enjoying what I'm seeing. Even in that scenario there, just running around, baiting, jiggling, drawing attention, just like, but again, it's not so simple because you've got a lot of roles. If you look at, say Nitro, we've seen him play a lot recently. You know, if someone's got to take the crap weapon, you'll take the crap weapon, right? But Fallen's, there are many layers to peel on Fallen's onion, and they all taste great for FURIA.
Tasty onions, caramelized, perhaps.
Yeah, Fallen is a caramelized onion for FURIA. A jar of caramelized onion. And the lid is nowhere to be seen. He's overflowing.
Early pick onto Yekindar, though. That's certainly a good start for Heroic on this gun round. Fallen taking his onions elsewhere.
Don't talk to me on my onions ever again.
Well, it looks like it's just going to be a B hit. See how well this one turns out for them. Fallen, he's looking good still. MP9 long range, no problem. Takes down the first player.
Really important he got that last bullet on molodoy. There's a world where he turns around, just blasts you in the face. FURIA have lost position on this bomb site then. Yuri's rescued an AWP, but for whom? They'll be falling back, tail between legs. It's so important to keep 3 alive, specifically, if you are on that save.
Yeah, totally. Difference between your economy stalling or wait, difference between your economy growing versus not having the ability to actually buy. That's all. Also, I guess, James, FURIA just need 2 rounds. So they just need to have as many gun rounds as possible. And that will increase the chance of those 2 rounds happening. So maybe boring for them to not run into their deaths, but...
Terrorists win.
Yeah, I feel like it's exceedingly rare to not convert a lead such as this. I was just thinking about your earlier question. Would I like to see Inferno replaced? Maybe with the right map, there's probably more Counter-Strike to enjoy where there's less saving. So I think that's probably where the pool would need to go with a minus Inferno. I just can't imagine Inferno being missing for long, but I mean, we'll see. If you get the right map, that gives a similar feel with a different layout. And who knows?
Nana is under control. Well, it's actually split halfways at this point. Heroic want full control. They've got to get past the half wall, but I wonder if we'll get any retakes here. Fallen has full util on the B sides. So, but the problem is Yikinda's kind of weak already, so not looking interested in that. Oh my god, Chris, he just doesn't care. He's just out there. Full swing, spray down onto Graveyard. The coffin's even. And they are certainly thinking about that B side. They have to collect the bomb, though. That was buy some precious seconds for FURIA, but this is looking like a good round for Heroic.
Yeah, this is definitely the green light into the B-bomb site. That rotation is starting now. There is a lot of utility. Yikinda's waiting for a hopeful default plant where that HE will land before he even gets there. I like it. He's got a molly as well for the retake. But they need to time it with these smokes. There's no utility left for the T side. A resmoke here would be a death sentence for the CT side, but that's not going to happen. Krisen forced into the light, able to elevate his position, not expose himself. Not sure if they will expect him to be up here. Yuri will deal with it regardless. 2 frags for him. Youngster and Susp remain in a 2 versus 3. molodoy carefully moving up Banana, but that bomb is ticking quickly. And only Yuri's got the kit here. They need to keep aware of that. Youngster on Banana. Doesn't need to do much else. A nice frag from molodoy. But he will not be able to get there in time.
Terrorists win.
All at the back of that Krisen opening, just wide swing spray down of the coffins. The catching. Is it fallen off guard? No. Yes, it is fallen off guard. How many more times can he do that, though? How many more times? I think of the strangest series we've had the opportunity to cast so far on the B stream.
Yes, it has been very different to all the other ones, for sure. And probably a peculiar experience for the teams as well. Sometimes you're going to have an odd game. Sometimes things are going to go wrong. molodoy with a hero AWP, moving through the apartments. JW vibes. I will never not think of Fnatic when I see an AWP in a position like that. Doing great things over at Eyeballers.
Aggression working out again on Banana. Look at him go into the smoke. Fallen's like, I'll have a go. With the PT50. That is dangerous from Fallen.
Ooh. No, strafe cancelling while moving backwards is one of the more difficult ways to find a frag. Nilo showing some skin. molodoy not firing. What do they make of that? Heading back towards the B bomb site then. There is not much defense to be offered here. Big swing from Fallen to no avail. And now I think it's time to save that AWP once again. Off they go. I don't know how long a round this will be though, because the hunt is starting immediately.
Yeah, their money's not amazing though. They might keep it relatively chill. Heroic definitely coming back from a more workable position. In the previous two maps, they were, well, it's not just them, but it was like a situation of, oh, you're like, it's already 10-2 at the end of the first half, you're kind of screwed. So definitely a lot to work with now.
Terrorists win.
What do you want to see, James? Maybe you could manifest it. It will happen.
I'm not sure what I want to see. I want to see more of a comeback from Heroic. That's what I want to see, actually. I want to see a close scoreline. I want to see both teams fighting for a W here. I feel like Heroic are still in survival mode, keeping FURIA off match point. And FURIA are just waiting for that right round to win. We've just seen like lopsided halves for pretty much this entire series. I haven't seen much of what's felt like a back and forth where teams are wrestling for control. Double peak won't be enough to drop molodoy. And things look difficult here in for Heroic. This time they chose the right options, FURIA. Open aggressive angles. Delivering the goods with the first two frags. Can still be turned around for Heroic, as unlikely as it may seem. A second player heading over towards B, though. For FURIA. Will still leave A well defended. And they know molodoy is lurking somewhere. The bomb has been shown on Banana. Keserato moving into CT. They're going for the wrap onto B. Well, Keserato will deal with that. Now they need to decide where to go. Nilo doesn't have time to hold rotation. So they found a way into a 2v2, but of course, with the time on the clock, the CTs have all the luxury of the angles, and there is no time to properly clear a path to the bomb sites. As Fallen waits for that bomb to get planted. Oh, just about getting there, but not in time. Does Nilo have a chance? No.
That was a stubborn one.
Bomb has been defused.
That's a really crucial round. Stop that momentum piling up for the Heroic side. Gosh. Here we go, FURIA 12-6 now. And making life very difficult indeed for the Heroic team. Let's get Crizzen in a smoke, that's what I say. No, smoke, top mid smoke. Ooh, Keserato taking a quick little peek there. Trying to get some bullets down to T-ramp, but nothing left to do but back away. 4 players working on Banana from Heroic. And Yikinda's on the other end of this. Fallen with support util over the top. Flash, Yikinda. Playing the half wall here. Fallen's cut off by the Molotovs. He can't help him. This B bomb site is really under a lot of trouble. Fallen getting in front of the smoke here. It might be devastation. It is. Crizzen takes him out. Oh,
That's a wrap.
save. We're saving again, James.
I think we are. I wonder if you replaced Inferno with Cash, it would be popular with the community, which is crucial.
Bomb has been planted.
What would the retake scenario be like in Cash's current iterations versus Inferno? It'd be interesting to look at like historical data, although the game has changed very much.
Yeah,
It would still be worth a look.
Yeah, it really has changed a lot since the old Cash days. Cash was always a map that was. Oh my god, it's like fully hunting them. This is disgusting. I feel bad. I'm gonna watch.
If it was CS:GO, then I think that maybe the pros, if you just put Cash in as it was, maybe the pros would be a little tired of it. If you put Cash in, a long time ago. However, with the new smoke mechanic and the CT incendiaries, if you will, for what it's worth, but I mean, really, we're talking about the smoke mechanic.
You can drop nades and stuff now as well.
That provides a much newer dynamic to Cash. Like if the CT's a smoking A main and you drop a HE, it's a completely different approach to what you might have had earlier, and that may bring much freshness. Like you used to have the wall of smoke in mid for the T's to take it sometimes, but it's just a completely different kettle of fish with the smokes in CS2. So I would hope that Valve take that into consideration before doing anything crazy to the map. Like if it's going to be an overhaul that just removes 100 FPS for everybody, I don't think anybody necessarily wants that. Change for the sake of change might not be necessary. I think maybe you could do like Overpass has had a light touch up, if you will, but nothing crazy has happened to it. It hasn't been overloaded with detail like Inferno was when it first came out, but I would imagine they've learned from that because it's not a single play game. We're not playing Shenmue out here. We're not trying to pick up floppy disks and DVDs. But if they had ideas for changes, they could keep them and implement them in the future should it be required. Do a light touch up, remove those bloody flaming barrels, and just see what happens. I mean, yeah, it's not a new map that many players will want, but you do need to have maps that the casual players want to play, otherwise your game dies. That's why Mirage is never getting removed anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, I think Cash as well is interesting always because it was kind of a similar map to Mirage. in some senses, like just and also Dust2 in some senses as well.
It's an accessible map.
Yeah, it is. Like you got a mid and you got the two sites, and the way they're connected from the mid is pretty straightforward. But it's different enough to Mirage and Dust2 that it does still have its own novelty. And the holds on the respective sites, the closed site and the open site, are both, I think, they were really fun. And I don't know any other sites that we have that are similar that are in the map pool to the Cash sites that I can think of. At least the B side.
You can do a fair bit on your own, which is helpful. Yeah, like on a casual level, you can solo take mid, you can solo take map control towards like the vent area. You can be a nuisance on A. There's like a lot of different things you can do, which gives the casual player a sense of freedom, which is important. You can also lurk and just be unhelpful to your team if you want to, and stand behind Squeaky, wait till everybody dies before you play. There's something for everyone. No salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's fundamentally needed for the filthy casuals.
I remember a map. I remember the worst game of Cash we've ever cost, and
was that in Asia?
Yes.
Oh yes, it was a regional qualifier for a major.
Yeah.
There was I swear it was a Chinese team, right?
We were in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, and no one, we were in multiple overtimes, and neither team would go mid on the T side.
Yeah.
So they would never split a bomb site. And I was losing my mind. I'm just like, guys, just go try and split a site. Who knows what might happen? But yeah, we were like 30 rounds in and no one had gone mid. It was crazy.
It was so bad. And it was also really tough because we just traveled there. So like, and to get to Kuala Lumpur, you just fly into Singapore and then you get on some transportation, like, and go out over from Singapore over the bridge because it's like a city state. And then you go over this bridge and you get to Malaysia and straight into Kuala Lumpur. And so it's like a very long travel day. And then I think we had basically no
lag
sleep. And we did that like the next day basically. And we had like a 14+ hour broadcast day. And it was just, oh my God.
Yeah, I had to stand up because I would have fallen asleep. Even if I was talking the whole time, I would have just passed out from jet lag. And I almost fell asleep standing up and just fell over. It was crazy. It was crazy. I think that was some of the most challenging stuff I've done. I probably have a better grasp on how to deal with jet lag now, going in that direction. But yeah, it does help to go a little earlier. But yeah, it's a complicated issue to solve. But then when you're commentating,
and you cannot stop him. Dog is designed for violence.
Smiley face. Beans. Smiley face.
Screaming.
Hey, did somebody call me?
No.
Now let me guess. Your mates betrayed you and literally nobody has faith in you anymore.
Tam skłóć do mnie baszli sobie.
Wait, you can?
Yeah. He's very bendy. Do you want to see? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, my putain de clavier.
we were waiting for a camera to be charged and be operational again, and hey ho, it is charged and operational again. So we continue. Let's go. Pistols for FURIA. They are at match point now. But these rounds are proving difficult for them. Heroic are mounting a comeback. They only need to be right once to FURIA. But that might prove a little difficult in the short term. And that's all that Heroic needs to focus on for now.
Yeah, up and on we go. And so FURIA, they're not challenging this at all. They're hoping that Heroic just walk in. So walk in. Into the pistols. I didn't realize their money was quite so wrecked during that break that we had just now. Presents opportunity 5 rounds in a row. Okay. Oh, AK collected. Yuri's found a present.
There are flashes for the CTs. I mean, they the flashes are smoked off. Maybe they could go over the top. They were stuck in CT. And there's the AK once again. The USP. Not like this, surely. Yuri's still standing. There's 20 seconds. What are their options with the bomb? That is such a key frag. The Julies, no less. molodoy with a Desert Eagle. 1 versus 2. Is he going to peek this angle? Because he's going to be... Oh, the timing! Oh, dear. So close and yet so far.
They made it hurt, at least. They made it hurt. That's all you got to do, really. In a round like that, just make it painful. And I don't know if I could rock pink headphones. I don't know if it's really my look. But
yeah, my dry robe is pink. I've got a massive dry robe. I wear it to shotgun competitions. And the inside is the brightest pink wool you could possibly have.
Nice.
Yeah, I own pink. No problem. I've got a custom skin for my McLaren for sim racing in Hello Kitty colors. But anyway, Heroic can opening the A-bomb site, and FURIA will have to scramble. We've seen many around in this half where they've gone down to 3 out of position and had to save. There are reinforcements on the way now as Keserato goes through the smoke towards the A-bomb site, and Fallen might do the same. Susper's been holding an off angle towards long, and this has allowed them to come through. Kindar alone towards B, offering a smoke. We'll be expecting so many defenses here now. Keserato and Yuri putting in work. Fallen and Yakindar remain, both on long. 2 on 2. Heroic need to survive.
No more Utah except an incendiary from Yakindar. Where will he throw that one? It could be Keen. Obviously gun outs. They're waiting for the peaks, and xCloud just delivers death to both of them. Good shooting there for him. That's a very important round to pick up, and yeah, I think you're right as well.
Done.
There's like a world where FURIA also just decide to save too. So now FURIA are in more of a tricky scenario because suddenly this game is looking like it's. I mean, 3 rounds. That's not too many. You know, we're kind of getting there, especially given that this is just 5-7s. But sometimes the way it works out is that it's this round that the CT side would win. So see what they can marshal.
Yeah, we still have to look at this as a strong positive, though. Like, it's not a given that they win these rounds, but the odds are obviously far greater than versus a full buy. So there's so much value in wrecking FURIA in a buy round and taking all those guns away. It should make it a lot easier. There's not much utility left for FURIA at this point, unsurprisingly. So it is starting to get somewhat competitive. And again, it has been survival mode for Heroic, but they're getting close to it being something greater than that.
Already quite a bit of damage on 3 players too. That does make a difference in these rounds. Ooh, Youngstar. Oh, he whipped the first shot and gets dropped. Okay, now they're spotted on the flank, and suddenly 4 versus 3. The bomb is rapidly picked up, but if they run into the B site, there might still be problems because Yakindar's here with a 5-7.
There they go through the smoke. They know the CTs are desperately rotating. Yakindar just staying alive for the time being. Oh, there's no one checking. He always got a second one. There's only 2 of them left. Are there rifles to collect? Maybe not with the rotation coming in from the CTs, but Yuri can go wide. Oh, molodoy's found an AK. He's got a smoke grenade as well. This could be it. Susp versus 3. Heroics fighting to stay alive. They're all coming from the same direction. Can he isolate the fights here? The slightest jiggle. He wants the 1v1s. He's trying to buy time, but the wide swing from Keserato will be the last frag of the series. FURIA survive a very difficult, lacking series for both teams, arguably.
And you got to feel for Heroic after such a close affair, trying to come back again and again.